Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age Powers 4 replay. Spawn bottom left side as the blue Order of the Dragon, we have Sensei. Spawn top right side as the pink Chinese, we have Honorem. Honorem. Ad hominem, but Honorem. And I just got a little bit confused because all those sheep moving forward without any escort. But either way, he does go ahead and start clicking out. Got a second Imperial official there. The fact that he's gone for a second Imperial official seems a little bit off to me. Imperial officials do cost 50 gold, and that is all of his gold. But he'll have access to quite a bit of taxes, that's for sure. He's microing this Imperial official for a collection, building this village there, and is eyeing for Imperial official to supervise the gold mine production. It's strange he went for a second Imperial official so quickly, but he did. His opponent is the Order of the Dragon, so it has more expensive but slower to train villagers. Still a net positive about 5%. Got a good number of sheeple there. And now we do have the Akin Chapel. Akin Chapel will provide a solid 10% gathering rate, much weaker than, say, the whatchamacallit, the Holy Empire version. I had to bring up the chat. Rumble chat. Got a good number of sheeple now deposited there. He's going for the berries, not going for the sheep. And bit of taxes there, 47 taxes. He has too many villagers on gold right now. He has plenty of gold for the age up. And now we've got the Akin Chapel, but he's going straight for the stone, so he is not eyeing for any sort of aggression, just eyeing for a secondary town center, maybe next to this deer deposit. Up here, got deer, berries, and gold all living close to each other with a local doggo. Stone deposit there, and quite a bit of gold and stone here. Two large deposits, Pumbaa and a relic, and a little bit extra small gold and stone up here. So this is a good spot direction of expansion too. He can always get the deer here as well. This would be more or less a resource he can go for, but this over here is where's all his resources at. Meditation Gardens. No, that's Spartak. He's Chinese, not Zuzi's Legacy. What am I thinking? I'm so used to seeing Zuzi's Legacy, but either way. Imperial Academy and Bardic and the Sun not being blown field. Bardic and the Sun will help him allow him to safely gather the gold as well as protect his deer. He does have a large stone and gold and Pumbaa over here, while over here has two gold deposits and the berries. We've got the not gilded scout pushes way forward, and more Imperial officials not being flown in the field. Looks like both sides are eyeing for eco. We do now have Order of the Dragon secondary town center deployed out next to this gold deposit. Going for berries now. Scout is moving around. A handful of sheep there. Over here, we've got this scout. And the scout does take a hand cane near slit. And does pull out Zunchnu to help him kill off all the deer. We do not have a wheelbarrow now researched by the Order of the Dragon player. This one already has a wheelbarrow and a wood research. Has number of spearmen and Zunchnus. It's hard to say what he should and shouldn't deploy against Order of the Dragon Samoan. His opponent is not gone for any military unit Samoan. Now he's going for the Gilded Archer, which will have a little bit extra range and great attack speed. Range, armor, and damage will be useful for both sides. There's the first Gilded Archer on the field. There's a horseman there. Gilded Archer does have 6 damage plus 6 for slight melee, so as well as 5.5 tower range. Regular archers have 5 plus 5. And Longbone has 6 plus 7 range instead. So this is a high rate of fire of a little extra damage and a little extra range. He does find this outpost here. He will not be able to do much with it nearby. Spearman down. Relatively more minor loss there. His opponent is going for Guild Archers for defense. I don't think he's eyeing for offense. He does not have to worry about heavy units in this age, or fighting against heavy units. And even if he fights against horsemen, the Guild Archers do have +1 damage like longbowmen, and have really good rate of fire, so they should do reasonably fine versus mass horsemen. Or small numbers of horsemen, I should say. These Guild Archers will do just fine versus Zunchnu's. Blue Scout may go down here. Does not. He's not paying attention. Imperial Examination is not being researched. We got a decent force deployed up by Pink. It is more than twice the size of his opponent times 2 army. Army value is also heavily in favor of Pink. That does not seem right. This should at least be, each one costs 160, so if you just round it down to 100, so his value should be at 700, so this army value, you're going to have to double it, and you probably get an accurate representation. Because, let's assume it's 100 each, that would be at least 800, let alone 160, which would be... quick math is not accurate. Even then, even if it was, say, archers, which cost 80, that wouldn't be an odd number there, 50. But the scout is odd number, that's what makes sense. Sorry, I'm overthinking that stuff. Just double the blue's army value, and you probably get rough estimate. Got good number of Guild Archers, and now going for some Gilded Horsemen. The Gilded Horsemen has to be careful about these not Gilded Spearmen. And these Guild Archers can do quite good. They have 125 health for Zunchnu's 70. The Zunchnu's probably do have higher DPS, thanks to their burst fire capability. But of course, they do have less range. Yeah, the Zunchnu's seem like they do have more DPS. He does have +1 pierce armor. We got +1 pierce armor and damage over here. Blue's got +1 pierce armor and damage. Now going +1 damage on his Gilded Horseman. Can't say how effective that will be. Let's see. Maybe he has a crackdown to exact math. Right now, Gilded Horsemen do 15 damage plus 15 versus range. So just assume double damage versus range. So that'll be 30 damage. So +1 damage will not influence the damage versus Zunchnu's. Versus Spearmen, 15 damage up to 16 damage. May make it divisible to 90? Can't really say off my head. Got a amount of damage coming out of this town center. Gilded Archers are moving up to respawn. He does use emergency repairs, which will give his townsmen some extra life to work with. Gilded Archers now push way forward, getting some good damage. They may be focus firing a little bit too much. And the emergency repairs will give 20 health to this town center. In fact, it almost even put it off the back to the max health. That was nearly a perfect, I will say that was a perfect emergency repair, due to the fact that it used up every single point of repair and almost put it up to max. The only way it can be more perfect if it ended at 250. That chance that's not likely. You should probably go over. As long as any emergency repair ends up with a good amount of repairs in the end, probably good. We do now have a lot of farms come out by the Lord of the Dragon player. He's not eyeing the... Oh, he's still completely deer. He's not going to be eyeing for this deer deposit nor the berries. That little bit of gold probably be a final reserve. There's going to be plenty of gold stone for him to utilize up here. Maybe collect up the stone from down here, and then eye for keep up there once it gets to the next age. Or the Dragon player has enough gold to age up, and the Chinese player almost has enough gold as well. Both of them are behind on food. More so than the Chinese player, but he does have more food income coming in. Right now, the population size, military size, 65 versus 81. I think Pink's army is much larger since he has a good number of horsemen, though 14 horsemen versus 5, yeah, so about 4 plus 4 horsemen in value. Zunchnews and archers. There's more gilded archers on the field than Zunchnews. And of course, there's spearmen for the Chinese player, while the Order of the Dragon has no spearmen, which in this case, just fine with the Order of the Dragon player. Focus on more gilded archers rather than spearmen will probably be just fine. As long as it doesn't focus fire, he should be fine. Arrow slits not being researched. Do not have the hardened gilded spearman researched all the way. He's also going for a handful of gilded spearmen. We do have arrow slit and now fortified outposts being pulled out over here, so there should be quite a bit of villager storage up here. 12 villagers can be stored. There are 7 villagers on the gold deposit. Does go and charge his way forward. Guild archers firing away. Horsemen up forward. They pull out the torch for a moment. Does get some hits there on the spearmen upon retreat. Gilded horsemen or not gilded horsemen will have a bit of trouble staying alive near the gilded archers with a really high damage output. They will get 4 damage per shot. A really good DPS, and now we do have the Reganese Cathedral being pulled on the field. If you compare it to the Bolgraf Palace, it all depends on how many relics you think you can secure. If you don't think you can secure many relics, go for Bolgraf Palace. It will provide you a lot more value in the long term with the unit discount. If you think you can get more relics, then the Reganese Cathedral will pay out in the long run. It all depends how much you believe in yourself in collecting relics. Astronomical Clock Tower now being pulled on out. Astronomical Clock Tower going for some astronomical or Clock Tower Nessa Bees wouldn't be half bad. Is the Order of Dragon player is not going for a veteran gilded archer and veteran gilded horseman. Maybe going for some gilded knights wouldn't be half bad. There's a large number of spearmen. Gilded man at arms would probably be best. Gilded man at arms will counter everything here. Gilded hardened spearmen on the way as well, or veteran spearmen. Another round of farms being pulled on out, very nice. Still can be more farms can be placed around the Aachen Chapel, but of course on the front line. He has gone for a round of wooden walls there. I would still say it's a good idea to put a keep next to Golden Stone. You can start either click that on. Gilded Horseman charging with 4 does do a bit damage. He needs a blacksmith research. You know, the skilled armor, increase the guild armor archer's range armor by +3. That would be very useful in against Zunchnews. It probably make him almost impervious to the Zunchnews. We don't have the plus damage of the Chinese, nor do we see the plus armor or damage for the gilded for the Order of the Dragon. Horsemen starting to be picked off one at a time. Good stutter step there. Gilded horseman charging way forward. Councilman is garrisoned. Some of the Order of Dragon's villagers are going down. In fact, the Order of the Dragon player has more villagers on the field. His opponent has no additional town centers, been relying on the Song Dynasty's extra villager production. Good damage. But taking some quite a bit of damage in return. The scaled armor has been researched right now. He does have 4 range armor, and Zunchnews have 6 damage. Could be much better if they had +1 damage, and vice versa, +1 armor and damage in return. Zunchnews do take out another Order villager. Gilded Horseman trying to hit. Does fire volley in the lumber camp a bit foolishly. And Gilded Archers will defend himself quite well. We got multiple orders being issued by the Guild Archers, hence why they're screaming multiple times. Chinese players starting to regroup some more forces. Palace guards could be useful, but the good archers do hit pretty hard. Lancers may be a good idea for the Chinese player at the moment. You could try going up in Dynasty to get out some fire lancers as well, but they don't have. They have siege damage. I don't think that they get bonus versus range in order to get inherent armor. Those forces will be cleaned on up. Exiles has been researched. Right now, while the Order Dragon player did take quite a bit of losses in villagers, he still has a higher villager count. Remember, his villagers are 25% more effective. So add 25% to this, which will be approximately 16 or 17 more villagers. $16 villagers, yeah, I believe. So the Order Dragon's population villager count is just fine. He's going for some Gilded Knights now. Some non-gilded Mangonels wouldn't be half bad. This one is going for some non-gilded Clock Tower Nest of Bees. I suppose our closest thing to a siege one being gilded. And enough of that joke. Pumbaa's still there. He's starting to clean up this gold deposit. He's collecting a little bit of stone here as well. Over here, we got a couple horsemen just on patrol mode to intercept some random villagers. Gilded horsemen taking some damage there. We do have one relic claimed by blue, another relic on being picked on up. Last of this gold deposit being seized now. He does have plenty of gold up here. The deer. There's also some gold over here, as well as a bit of stone. Horseman down. Got a handful of Gilded Knights now pulling in the field. They have 400 health, a large amount of armor, and a large amount of damage. But they consume a large amount of resources at 48. Not 4,800. 480. We do now the prelate about ready to go down. Pink did not realize he was near the prelate. Blue did realize there's a whole bunch of horsemen that the prelate just avoided. Gilded Knight's making his advance. He knows where the horsemen are at, so he has the opportunity to advance his way forward. Try and claim this gold mine now. Got a second mill to help clean up the deer. Local doggo demands head pats. And these Gilded Knights are right on top of the villagers. The villagers do not have textiles. That means they will get two-shotted by the Gilded Knights. Even if they did have textiles, they will still get two-shotted. And all those villagers went down in a flash. A quick 5 villager kills. Very nice. Relic picks up a relic. And that'll be relic number 4. Last relic's over here. He's not going to secure that. Or very, very unlikely, I should say. Gilded Archers pushing forward. Got 33 versus an army of 35. So the Gilded Archers here in very good numbers. He does have more of the blacksmith research. They'll probably should go for more range armor than range damage. It would help out versus these gilded, not gilded Zinchnoos. Got 3 nests of bees. That would be very good. Great Mangonel shot there on the Zinchnoos. And does counter barrage on top of the Spring Golds. Oh yeah, the Spring Gold damage change. And this means have extra health. How many shots does it take now? It has 210 health. It would still take 6 damage per shot. So then if the new Clock Tower variants, or not so new Clock Tower variants, with some new Spring Gold modifications, so it takes 4 shots to take out Spring Clock Tower's Nest of Bees. Looks like that one does go down. Spring Gold does go down. Gilded archers do take a bit of damage. Gilded horsemen do go down, or gilded knights. The gilded archer's reinforcing does go down. He does throw some units inside of the outpost, which look like military units to me. Gilded knight charges way forward. There's not many spearmen, so it should do some good work. Gilded archer is stepping away. Spring dolls take some hits there from the horsemen. Of course, we got two outposts here. Both of them have relics inside of them, so they do 57 damage per shot, so they'll be a bit more reliable two-shotting the crossbows. They are affected by range damage, so I would just imagine it was 40 to 42. Yep. So the relics are not changing the number of shots against crossbows, but they will probably change the number of shots take to defeat horsemen. Looks like it. Gilded Knight does get cleaned out up. Great set of steps there by Blue, but he's getting whittled down. They'll just push way forward. I'm not sure where. Those are just trying to get on the farms. King's army will get cleaned up a little bit. Gilded Knight's pushing way forward. We've got a number of crossbows here. Looks like 6 crossbows. Crossbows have 80 health. Zinchnews have 80 health. Yep. So it's better. The upgraded spring also do DPS doesn't change. Veteran Spears have 110 health, so the number of shots against. Actually, no. Yeah. It gets bumped up to what, 57? Let's assume 55 for easy mathematics. But yeah, it does like a change. It'll make so that the Spearman gets killed on 2 shots rather than 3 shots. I know the Horseman takes 1 less shot as well. Over 4 shots to 3 shots. More gilded archers are not being employed now, going for a handful of gilded spearmen and more gilded knights. Over here, got the horsemen. That was from the prelate. As of right now, the Order of the Dragon player has 90 villagers. Just assume plus 25% villagers, so that's will be like 22 villagers there. So that means you have like 110. He may want to not go past 100 villagers, honestly, because that will put him like 125 villagers while allowing him to deploy a larger army equivalent to his opponent in population size. So I think it would be a good idea not to exceed past 100 villagers, so you can deploy larger armies. He's not building any more villages at the moment as well. They may be eyeing to not, as like I said beforehand, right now he probably has about 118 effective villagers. He does also have a bit effective more economic techs as well as Aachen Chapel. So the math does change quite a bit when seeing there's also granaries and eventually some other Imperial Age technologies for increasing income based on number of dynasties. That Gilded Knight will be trapped and picked off there. This fresh Gilded Knight is pushed forward. Villager is still alive there. Villager will go down. These horsemen want to take a bit of time to deal with the Gilded Knights. They have 13 damage versus the 7 armor. And now I've got the Elsbach Palace on the opponent field. You don't usually see this landmark, you usually see the other landmark. For some reason I'm just drawing a blank on my head what it was, the Palace of Swabia. And this will give him a keep of extra 50% extra health, and all buildings within his influence take 33% less damage. We got a massive round of nest of bees. We got now 6 nest of bees. Now we're realizing it. On this new patch, Chinese may take a bit of a larger comeback versus Zinchnews. Zizhu's legacy with the clock tower nest of bees, seeing siege weapons, while sprinkles do less damage, do have higher attack speed, but it also can make it so that your mangonels as well, in this case, clock tower nest of bees can get off damage a little bit easier. We've got a good number of knights charging way forward. One of the farms did get destroyed from the splash damage. One of the nest bees has to go down, gets a great volley there. Nest bees do have pretty good tracking. That's what I call the aspect. the barrage does follow the units and try to be predictive, and that is separate for every individual fire. So if the units are moving around, the follow-up shots will get a decent, much better volley off than, say, Mangonels, which fires all of its rocks at once. And getting some great damage by even tracked it to a Spring Gull, taking it out. Does take out one of the SPs there. Spring Gull does 6 minor damage. Good Archers in a good position to gauge the Horsemen. We're trying to go for the Spring Gulls. SPs do find a great volley there. Takes out even a Spring Gull there. This SB is taking some fire from various sources now from the Knights. Does get a small volley off. And Gilded Spearman does take a little bit of volley there, but nothing too significant. We do have a keep inside a map. Oh, that's not a monk there. There's the monk. He does capture Central Sacred Site there. The crossbow just keeping it nice and warm for him. University not going on up. He's collecting up quite a wood up here. I would still recommend get a keep right here just so we can secure all the stone and gold. And most of this gold here has been seized. This gold deposit is still being collected on up. The one over here is completely gone. Looks like both players are running out of gold pretty quickly. Chinese player needs some more gold before he can age up. Got some Gilded Knights here trying to capture the sacred site now. Now we do have incendiary arrows now being researched for the Order of the Dragon, which will really help out his Gilded Archers. A good number of Gilded Spearmen as well. Small number of Knights, and now it's going for a Bombard. Also, I'm surprised he didn't go for Culverin. The Culverin's damage output has changed as well. So I don't know how the mathematics work around the Culverins, but still, Culverin should be able to shot the Clock Tower and the SBs. I'm assuming. Bombard engaging keep now. Spring also get a good volley there on the Clock Tower and SBs. Horseman trying way forward. He's going to lose the Bombard. Yep, there goes Bombard. Spear and push way forward. Does take out some of the Horsemen. They're getting caught up on the berries. More six sites being captured, and we got the Great Wall Gatehouse. The radius may not completely affect the sacred site, but at least we'll get quite a bit of good damage there. We have a good central location. Sacred site here can be captured by blue. More stone walls being pulled up by pink. These just wooden walls. The time frame. Gold still being cleaned on up. Looks like all except for one village in the Great Gatehouse. And the Gilded Knights do find the villagers and does go to take out one. One Gilded Knight does go down. Two Gilded Knights quickly go down. We do now have the Battle Hardened research as well as the Elite Palace Guard research. He's on to get out some Palace Guard. He's going for the Elite Horseman. Not going for the Elite Crossbow just yet. We do now have Biology being researched by the Order of the Dragon player. Elite Horseman and the Priest range armor. All those gilded horsemen finally go down. Still a handful of walls still need to be built here. This opponent says a good number of gilded archers on the field, so more nested bees are always going to be quite handy. The Palace Guard, of course, have a bit more armor, so they can withstand a bit more abuse from the gilded archers, but they're not perfect since they have less inherent armor, and the gilded armors have more inherent damage. They'll be useful, don't get me wrong, but not a perfect item. You know, you see pyrotechnics, I'll allow his and can use at the same range as his opponent's gilded archers. Keep now taking substantial fire. Do now the elite army tactics on the way. Archers getting some good hits there on those spearmen. Crossbows getting some hits there on the opposing spearmen. Horsemen trying to hit the bombard there. Keep does go down. Horseman looks like hitting some various archers. The bombard's not getting hit whatsoever. Clock Tower and SFBs get a good volley across everything. Almost got a good number of spring golds. SFB will go down as well. Just a great number of spring golds to engage with. The archers now engage in crossbows. The student opponent is going for more heavy units, but that's simply not the case. So crossbows are not particularly that useful. Does get a great gatehouse barrage there. He could throw some of these crossbows on top of the high ground here on the walls to get additional range resist. Stone walls now being pulled up by blue. Stone walls here not fully finalized, and we've got these gilded horsemen push way forward. He does have good vision range being on the high ground. In Age of Empires 4, high ground does not affect combat, only vision, which is an element of combat, don't get me wrong. But it does only affect increasing and decreasing maximum vision range, and that's the only multiplier it does apply. When those villagers do go down, and the gilded horsemen do get surrounded by the regular horsemen. Gilded scout will go down, or not gilded scout. Archers push forward, got a good number of spearmen in tow. Spearman does engage, but they're getting hit by the Palace Guard. Horsemen charging way forward, trying to overrun the bombard. All bombard does go down. And now I just realized something as well. A number of these siege weapons, while in the spring golds, do have pretty good range resist, more range resist. So they're a bit more resilient to gunpowder hand cannoneers. Rather than taking, say, 22 damage, now they just take 12 damage. Which is still pretty good, but a lot less. Various blue forces push right forward. Palace Guard right now do have 6 range armor, and these archers have 16 damage, so they're doing 10 damage per arrow, so that's still pretty good. Sorry about that. Good archers gain some good damage. Yeah, I don't think the gilded or the elite Palace Guard are necessarily a great item at this moment in time. More hand cannons being pulled on out. I think he should still go for more nested bees. Got a good number of spring golds still alive, but they are quite damaged. If he gets out one of Clock Tower spring gold, he will probably finish off 2 of these guys. All horsemen streaming on in. Palace Guard engaging the gilded horsemen. He may want to advance to the next dynasty to get increased movement speed. I think that was the Yuan or Ming dynasty that gives increased movement speed. But either way, he probably could get the increased movement speed to get his Palace Guard and move faster. That could allow him to be a bit more effective as archers, able to close the distance just better. Right now, Blue has a larger force on the field in numbers, so that is going to be very important. But still got the Great Gatehouse here untouched. Its range is 10, so it can't really use bombards against it. Prelate there will go down. Gatehouse built there. Those villagers trying to torch through here, trying to claim, or just trying to blow out keep here. Most of this gold has been claimed. In fact, this is the last of the gold on the pink side of the map. He may want to get his peer officials to start collecting the taxable income. There's quite a bit of taxes there he needs to collect on up. More walls there. One of those grannies had like 9,000 or 900 taxes, which could be very useful. He does have quite a bit of gold float as well. Who does have 4 relics, which means it's 8 relic income. Hopefully has Tide Barn. And it looks like Blue will slip on through. Got a couple of vulnerable villagers here. Got a number of spearmen and gilded archers here. Another rounds of walls there, but looks like this villager will be lost. Gilded horsemen engaged in the gilded spearmen engaged in the horsemen. SBs gain some damage on the gilded spearmen. He's able to deal with all the spearmen, then his horsemen charge forward. But now got some dragon or gilded hand cannoneers. I think we'll call them dragon hand cannoneers, not gilded hand cannoneers. Did they go through a name change in the recent patch? It may have. Looks like their animation is still bugged, where it doesn't actually show their animation. Got a good number of nested bees here. Gilded archers taking some damage from the nested bees. Taking some damage there. Chinese player does have 27 hand cannoneers. The gilded hand cannoneers do cost twice as much. They do offer a pretty good attack speed in return. Has a little bit of slight damage increase, like Musafati gunners. Horseman getting caught up in a choke point there, but that could be also good with nested bees. Nested bees need to hit those. Oh, something. Oh, but got the villagers charging forward, trying to torch down. Does get a decent volley down the gilded archers. Gilded nested bees who get some good damage there. More AO splash damage, and Pink does back the game now. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.